Did I ever mention that I really like well-made cheap knives? Like this one, for example, made by Balzer, a traditional German manufacturer of fishing equipment. It's their Jubilee knife. They are celebrating their 75th anniversary this year. And if it reminds you a bit of a Mora knife, you're not completely mistaken. I like this one more though. Why? Keep watching. Fishermen need sharp knives, specifically for gutting those fish. I would know because once I gutted 30 branzinos in one go in Croatia, and you really want to use a sharp knife for that. So as you can see here, plastic sheath, simple clip, very good retention in the sheath. I bought it because, gotta admit, gray, anthracite, those are my favorite colors. I'm really easily convinced whenever I see a gray knife, especially at this price point. The handle material is some softish, rubbery-like PVC kind of thing that is melted around the handle. It's really soft. You can see here this actually flexes, which also tells us it's not a full tang knife. And besides the gray color, I really like the combination of the relatively small, slim blade with a rather big, rubbery, very, very grippy handle. When you're fishing, you're normally sitting at the lakeside or at the sea. Everything is wet, the fish are wet. So primarily you want a knife that doesn't slip. And there's really good retention. This won't slip out of your hand even in wet condition. Rust-free, of course, also makes sense near salt water. So what about technical data? The knife with the sheath weighs 128, or let's just say 130 grams. The sheath accounts for 32 grams. The knife itself weighs 95 grams. So pretty lightweight, fits snugly into your bag, and you don't need any extra Sherpas for it. What about the size? Size of the blade and handle is pretty much exactly 21 centimeters. The length of the blade is 10 centimeters, the backside here. I saw this knife in a fishing shop which I regularly visit, Fish On in Lambach, highly recommended. I am not a fisherman, but they got a lot of interesting knives. And I don't exactly remember, but I think that the price was definitely lower than 20 euros, maybe 10, 15 or so. And that's really a steal. For this price, I mean, it's a Jubilee knife, but I have to say the factory grind is not great, not razor sharp, not paper cutting. But this is one thing I don't really care about anymore. That's why I learned sharpening. So I'm also going to take this to my Can Onion, maybe to the Stone or the Strop afterwards. The more interesting part is how well is such a knife capable of holding an edge. Because I can always get it sharp myself, but then I would preferably like to last this edge for quite a while.